Hello everybody, back here today with another little review. We got to look at another mechanical device that is being called the beautiful Drawtube telescopic mod. We got a lot of interesting things about this one. It's a very affordable mod for anybody looking for a cheap mech and performs very well. Stay tuned again. So, what's being called the beautiful telescopic Drawtube mod, very long name for mechanical, but nonetheless, it is a very well-performing, cheap mechanical mod. I've done some affordable mods. Well, I've done one affordable mechanical mod. I did, if you remember, oh, there goes one of them. I've done the KTS Storm, which is a cheaper mechanical mod. We looked at that a little while ago. Today we're going to be looking at this one, and let's start off with where I get it from. Discount Vapors. Price on it, I believe, is $47.99. It doesn't include the SmokeTech RSST I got on here, but it just looks beautiful with that on there. What you do get is basically just a tube, no batteries, for $47.99. I mean, that's it right there in 18500 mode. Yeah, it's got the bottom firing button. Pretty good button. Not very, it's not firm at all, actually. It's very easy to push. Fits in the hand nicely. Hefty device. Not cheap filling for the price. It's very good. It says $47.99, discountvapors.com if you want to check them out. We'll get into it here. We're going to break it down and just look at all the individual parts that come in it. Alright, so these are the components of the beautiful telescopic draw tube broken down. We will start with the bottom cap here. Move these out of the way. Alright, the bottom cap here. You have a spring, which is not very firm, very springy, very springy. It does come out, so you can remove it. So if you were to short it or whatnot, you can replace it. Unlike the KTS Storm, where it was welded on the post, this one just pops on and sits there. So that's that. It is, okay, most of this device is stainless steel. It's actually brass plated in stainless steel. The only thing that's not brass, though, or plated, is the post right here is actually all stainless. I did try to sand down, which you can't see, and just getting stainless steel color underneath there. No brass. So that's a downfall. Everything else is plated in stainless steel, and it's brass on the underside of it. So that's good, but the one spot that isn't is here. So, and then you also have the dimple effect here on the outer of the bottom cap here, all the way around. It's pretty nice aesthetically. No vent holes here on the bottom. It's a fairly heavy bottom cap. So then we'll go into the next spot here. This is the bottom tube right here. You can see where the button would go. I have that disassembled for demonstration purposes. All stainless steel. It is not a fingerprint magnet. Very nice. I love this. I don't have to clean it with a rag all the time. And it does have your vent holes there at the bottom. You can see 1, 2, I believe 3 vent holes, and that's your button, not a vent hole. It is not the thickest stainless steel, but definitely not the thinnest. The KTS Storm is definitely thin. This, you cannot push down on it and actually change the shape of it. Does not sound like plastic, like the other one does, but nonetheless, for the price, this is pretty good quality here. Pretty good build. And then we got the button. the button's where I have my only issue with this device for the most part. The button is rather large, which isn't a problem at all. It does have a locking ring right here. The locking ring has a lot of threading on it. It is pretty good threading though. It has a lot of threading. You know, you push on the button, the post comes out, and this was stainless steel, brass plate, stainless steel. I don't know if you can see on here, but I sanded it, and now you can see the brass showing through for better conductivity. Very good feel on the button. There's a lot of throw. Some people have said they put little washers in there, or not washers, like an O-ring of some sort to make the throw less, because it is quite a bit of throw. But otherwise, it's a pretty good button. The locking rings where the problem is, when you thread it all the way up, there's no thread, so it doesn't really thread all the way up. So you can still technically press the button just a little bit. You see a little gap? Yeah. And the button is just, ever see, like the locking ring sometimes misthreads itself. But the actual button is pretty wobbly. The inner part of the button here, you can see that little wobble right there. That's just a little bit. It doesn't affect the mod or how it fires, but it's just kind of annoying. And there's no way I could figure out how to fix that, really. So, that's the button. And you got your next tube, which is your telescoping section, the mid-section of it. All stainless steel again. Threads all the way through. So, if you're using a kick on this, I know my kick is gone. It is no longer working, so I couldn't tell you if it works. But I've heard that the kick does work in here. I believe in 18350 and 18500 mode it does work. So again, not the thickest and not the thinnest stainless steel at all. Pretty good. And top cap. Here's your top cap. Top cap's very, very heavy. Very heavy. Actually, top cap and bottom cap were the heaviest parts of this whole guy. It's got your vent holes, air paths cut into it in case you're using something that sits flush, like a cargo tank. Most people aren't going to be using cargo tanks on these unless it's kicked. Let's see. It's red. It's got some threading here. It's got the knurling around the top of it also. Not knurling, what do you call that? The little pips or whatever. That was on the bottom. So it's got a nice aesthetically pleasing design. It's actually very nice. And obviously my center post is removed to show you guys. It's very small. But that is the center post. And it is an adjustable center post or center pin. Again, this was brass plated stainless steel, so I took the stainless steel off with a little sandpaper. I have a little Dremel and I just took it off and the brass is now showing. And same thing for the bottom. Let's see, it is now brass colored. It was stainless steel colored. So nice little minor fixes you can do to it. And that's a little Durlin insulator that's around there. And that's where the next problem is actually. On the Durlin insulator, it's not threaded very well. I had a hard time. Where's my little screwdriver here? Should do this on camera, but take the center post out of here. It is, when you adjust the center post, the Durlin insulator comes with it. And I believe that's Durlin insulator is supposed to stay in there. Let's see, I have to really work at it to get the center post out of the Durlin. Go. Bitch, I keep stabbing myself. God. Okay, there we go. You could replace this with an all brass screw if you wanted. That's the top center post right there. When I took it out, I sanded the top so the brass shows, and same thing on the bottom. Sanded that also. But the Durlin, the threading on this little Durlin insulator is just not good. It tends to come out with the adjuster, the adjustable posts. So I'm going to try to thread it in on its own. There we go. Now that threaded in fine, but it just kind of keeps spinning. Spinning and spinning and spinning. So it kind of comes out. That's not an issue because when you tighten it down, everything's going to stay where it should. but it's just something to point out. And that. So let me get this top post back in here. There we go. And see, that's where it pretty much gets really hard to turn by hand because its threading's like stripped. Okay, so I'm going to change cameras here. We'll assemble everything and we'll get it working and we'll get some more thoughts on this guy. Alright, so now I got everything in pieces. We're going to assemble it here for you guys. I'll show you how this goes together. We'll start with the bottom cap. I do want to mention, this thing is just machined well. The threading on it is very smooth. No burrs, no sharp ends. This bottom cap on here. Just one turn, it snaps right in. We'll get this center column here. Center column on here is, again, machined well, and it can go on either or way. It doesn't matter. Once you get it started, just watch the smoothness on this. I'm going to change it. There we go. Boom. It is just well machined. It's just well machined. Heft on it, like I said, it's pretty heavy. It feels good. It doesn't feel cheap. Put the button right on here. And I recommend with the button, get a pair of needle nose and tighten it down, because if you don't, it's just going to come off. I've had it come off a few times, but once I got the needle nose and actually grabbed it by the bottom ring here and just tightened, it didn't come out anymore. Actually, it wouldn't come out even at all. So just do that, give it just a snug turn, good to go. Got that working. Probably won't be able to see, but yeah, not really. Actually, kind of can. See that bottom making contact there. That's how the circuit's completed when you press the button. That's that. And we're gonna put in, let's see, we got 18650 right here. Loosen this up actually. Okay. You can see the battery and the spring. It's just very springy. It's hard to see, but you could really push that guy down. Alright, we're going to use let me get closer here. We're going to use a Smoke-Tech RSST on here. Always screw your atomizer on the top cap before the top cap goes on the mod. Just the way it just works better that way. Very good threading on that too. Adjust my center pin. And nice and tight. Now we'll pop that guy on here. Boom. There we go, fully assembled 18650. Just looks brilliant. I mean, the RSST looks great on it. Same finish. This looks like a high-end mod, honestly. You wouldn't be able to tell, except there's no serial number. But for the price, this is a great setup. I'm loving it. It looks great. Not fingerprinty. Take a quick vape. I definitely need one now. It just vaping. This vapes well. I mean, just a few minor adjustments was the sanding of the top post and the button. And it's working well. Even out of box, I must say. I didn't have to sand it, but I'm a perfectionist and I like to do everything the right way. So I sanded them and it's just working well. I tested the voltage drop. It's like a 0.4, 0.3 voltage drop, which isn't bad. My Gus, which is a $140 mod, has more voltage drop than that. Alright, so that's pretty much it on this guy here. $47.99, discountvapors.com. Works great, looks great. Everything but this button here is my really only con. That's a little wobbly, and that locking ring's kind of doesn't have enough threading to go all the way up on it. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just want to thank you all for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And keep on vaping.